I'm looking up, and as I was looking up, you see all these evergreen trees. They're very beautiful. Everything is green around. And then I see this huge creature. And we made the eye contact. And the big eyes was really, how could I say, muscular and strong. And I was just shocked. The speed that it went through that forest, it was unbelievable.
This is the Cryptid Creatures Podcast. I'm Brian, and with me, as always, is my co-host Todd. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, Brian. How you doing, man?
Fantastic. So excited because we have Danielle-Diva Borozan with us.
Yes, we do.
And very excited about this. We've been talking back and forth for a while, and we finally got her on the show.
Danielle, how you doing? Good to meet you.
I'm very good. Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be part of your show today.
Finally. So you own the New Age studio up there in Canada, right?
Yes.
What part of Canada?
It's in Alberta, so New Age Studio in Strathcona Wellness Center. So it's the old part of the city, and we are located on the second floor. That's what it is. It's actually very nice, beautiful area, and I quite enjoy my studio being there.
All right, good.
Are you from Canada originally?
No. Originally, I came to Canada when I was 14 years old. So that was a long, long time ago. So now when you calculate my age, you can see. So basically, I came originally from the Europe, and my background is the Greek Orthodox. So I come far away, Mediterranean coast.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't think that was a Canadian accent I was hearing, so I had to ask.
No.
It's a true original Canadian accent.
That's right.
So you said that you had a Bigfoot encounter.
Yes, in 2017, this was just a regular trip to Jasper. It's a national park here in Canada, and it's basically a beautiful place to visit and enjoy. So we were driving the RV. We have a big 35-foot RV, and I pretty much like to take it so we can go and kind of go around the unknown places and just park it and enjoy the nature itself. So we parked exactly, it was in 2017 around the noon. It was in July, and we parked the RV. I was personally driving myself, and I was with a couple of my friends. So we parked the RV there, and it's called basically Medicine Lake. It's a beautiful lake, very well known around the world, and you can, if people Google it, they can see it. There's many caves around the lake, and the lake itself disappears after during the fall and come back on the spring again. They don't even know where does it go. They don't have the answers. So we were just looking at the lake and playing, and then my puppy, it's Maltese, she started barking and barking, and she goes like, I want to go across the street. I want to go across the street because this is where the lake is, and we were just there. And then you go, there's like a little curb, and then the lake would be just basically, the forest would be on that side. So I said, okay, let's go. Maybe she just wants to, look around, whatever. So we crossed by, but she was pulling. She was anxious. She wants to see what's really happening. As she was pulling, I'm looking up, and as I was looking up, you see all these evergreen trees. They're very beautiful. Everything is green around. And then I see this huge creature standing in front of me, taller, above, I would say 7'4", 7'5", and I'm only 5'4", so I could compare it to myself and to the trees around it. So Maggie was barking and barking and barking. So I kind of went a little bit more closer, and we made the eye contact. And the big eyes was really, how could I say, muscular and strong, and I was just shocked. And I'm the person who likes to talk, and I was speechless. I didn't know what to say. So usually, the women, they like to yap, but I didn't know what to say. So I pick up my little Maggie and then continue walking towards basically to the mountain, looking at it. And as I was approaching, the speed that it went through that forest, it was unbelievable. And I was just shocked. At that moment, I didn't know what was it. And I was just like thinking, was that really the real thing? So everybody then go like, Danielle, what happened? And I was speechless. I really didn't know what to say. And everybody could see expression of my face, knowing me that I'm bubbly and cheerful. But I was just like, guys, there is something over there. We went to see the ranger, and I phoned the ranger in a Jasper, and he said I wasn't the first one, because there's many things there that are unknown, and people do see many creatures that it was reported. But what was actually very interesting, that year after that, you go back to the Medicine Lake now, because of so many different things that were reported around that area. They put the cameras. So now the cameras are actually facing the river and everything. So the lake, forgive me. So then the contact in the eyes with that creature was unbelievable. I wasn't scared. I was more curious. And I really wanted to get in contact with it. But I think my dog, because he was barking, it got him scared and he ran away.
How far away do you think you were from it? How close do you think you were to it?
Oh, I would say I wasn't far away from it. I would say about 4 or 5 meters. Because basically the mountain across the Medicine Lake goes up the hill, and there's a lots of evergreens. So I was just coming there where the RVs park. I went across the street. It's actually the road that takes you back to the Jasper. And it was just very close to me, and I could see it. I didn't see many people ask, did you see, was it a male or a female? I don't know, because everything was just like so covered. And to me, the eye contact, I felt almost like he wanted to tell me something, but because the dog was barking, of course, because it's a different creature, he ran away. And the speed that he went through the wood, human cannot do that. It's not possible.
Yeah. Did you get a good look at the face, the facial features? Did you, other than the big eyes?
Yes. The eyes are really big. So it has a really large eyes. The jaw and line, like it's really strong jawline, and it's all covered. And I was just like, what is this? We know we have grizzly bears. I've been here in Canada since I was 14. So this is my home. I encounter grizzly bears, black bears, elks, deers, wolves. This is something that I never saw in my life. And that's how actually I got connected deeper with Canada research and etc. And with you guys and many others to share about this experience that kind of stayed in my head forever.
Yeah, that's one that would stay with you.
I got a question, Danielle. When the creature
Sure.
took off, you said it was really, really fast. Did it run away on 2 feet, or did it run away on all fours?
No, 2. And what was really interesting, the way that it went up the hill and between the trees, human cannot do that. I was just like, I was getting closer and closer, and I was holding Maggie. And as I was going and looking up the hill, I was like, oh my God, what is this? Because the human cannot go, and was, sir, it was on 2 feet. He didn't have 4. It was just like us on 2 legs.
Wow.
Did you notice any kind of smell? Was there any kind of smell to him?
No, many people ask about that. And the reason why I couldn't smell anything, around there's a lot of evergreen trees, and the lake itself evaporates the water. And, you can smell the evergreen trees, anything kind of growing and everything. So some people say, but I'm very honest. I'm going to say, no, I didn't. Maybe because it was too warm. The forest evaporates during the heat, because it was above 27 degrees Celsius. So it was really, really warm and hot that day. The lake evaporates itself. But many people, they say that they come to hunt and take the fish and the water. So that's why it came to the lake.
That's cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about the smell before, Brian, and I talked about it. We think they can release this at their own will. We don't think that they naturally just smell like that per se. It's more of a...
Yeah, I didn't smell anything.
More of a warning, more of a...
If they want to, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I actually think he was, to be honest to you, I am tiny and compare, of course, to him and the dog. But I think that he got scared of me because the dog was barking. And I was interested. I wasn't running away. I was actually going towards, and that's why he took off.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe that. I believe they don't. If they can avoid confrontation, they will, for sure.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think they're here to harm anybody.
No.
Did you say what color his fur was?
Brown going to... It's not totally black. Like some people are saying it's black, but this is black and brown, very something between, it's a little bit more, if I can say it, mahogany, like a deep, deep mahogany going to black. So not like a pitch black when you take a black marker. This is like something between. Yeah. It's very hard to describe something that, that we don't have exactly color that we can describe. Some people are saying that it's pitch black. Maybe in a different areas is different, because like in China and in Russia, like my friend and my assistant from China, she was telling me, they actually have them in China and they call them Yeti, especially there, because they're pure white. So it depends maybe from the area environment that they can fit in.
Yeah, we've talked about that too many times about different geographical locations, or depends on their height, the size, and the color of their hair, and their. I know I'm jumping all around here, but I'm excited. I got questions.
Sure, of course. Go ahead.
I've watched you on a different podcast once, and
thank you.
You were talking about how you are related to Dracula, Vlad Tepes.
Yes, actually that was accident. Nobody knew about it. I was only interested about him as a child. And also the way we study him back home, because we study him as a crusader and as a Templar. We never study about Vlad Tepes or Count Dracula or Count Draculescu, actually, like it's given in the Hollywood stories. Mm-hmm. And then accidentally, my own mother was doing all this research, genetic testings and whatever. So we were kind of having fun. Okay, let's all do it and test it, whatever. And then it came that through my mother line, I have all these different cool blood genetic lines. We have Queen Victoria. We have Mother, Empress of Austria, basically, Queen Teresa. Then we also have, he's connected to all these people. And I started thinking, is it this really my route, what I wanted to do and talk about the Vlad Tepes itself? But I'm really honored that he is part of my bloodline. And my duty right now, what I'm trying to do is actually to spread a reality and the true story about Count Dracula. But that's how it all started. And what you said is true. So, and then when I started to sending it to different podcasts, I'm a very honest person. I sent exactly the results and people were just like, wow. But to me, it's more about my heart connection, who I am, and my real connection to him.
Right. I just think it's fascinating because I heard you talking about him, and Hollywood has painted him to be the bad guy. But
yes,
he's really not. Even over there, he's considered a hero. So,
well, if you go to Bucharest, if you've ever been to Romania, I travel all around Europe. Basically, in Bucharest, they have his huge statue. And he is a hero because saving many people against the Turks. Mm-hmm. But we must understand every culture, every nation, and every country does have basically a ruler or sometimes a group of people or a different ethnicity that would make fights between one another. There's no country that it doesn't have that or it didn't exist through the history. At that time, Vlad was actually fighting the Turkish Empire. And basically, Ottoman Empire was all around Europe, and they ruled over almost 600 years, 550. And Vlad did copy their impaling on basically a stake. And what happened, because he was captured as a child, and he was kept there more than 16 years. So that's where he copied, and he became, I should say, more like a post-traumatic stress disorder. This is going to be my revenge. What you guys did to me and to my family, I'm going to now revenge and protect my people. So that's how it all started.
I love Dracula.
Yeah, me too.
I always heard it was kind of a love story. Is that true too?
There is a love story, and I was sharing that with my friends because I'm also host of the very wonderful podcast. It's called Southern Supernatural with Sean and Tina, and you guys can also check that on the YouTube.
That's the one I watched.
Yeah. Thank you. The truth, actually, what is, there is a love story behind that, but it's not like it's said in Hollywood.
Yeah, Hollywood always has to Hollywood it up.
That's right.
That's what it is. But sometimes that can be dangerous because we don't get the reality and we get basically taken away from with these fantasies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Danielle, what did you say the name of the podcast you're on is called again?
Southern Supernatural.
Southern Supernatural?
Southern Supernatural.
Southern Supernatural.
Forgive me. Yeah. That's
okay.
Yes.
That's okay.
That Canadian accent threw me off a little bit.
Yes, it's very, 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 it's always there. It never goes away.
That's all right. I like it.
What all do you guys talk about on your podcast?
We have different kind of guests. It's very wonderful. Actually, I'm just a new host there, and I'm really honored to be part of that family. I love them both deeply, and I respect them. So there's many different topics. It's usually done on Fridays, and also Sean runs them the other days on Wednesday, Saturday, and I think Monday, but you can check about that. But each time we have different guests, and these guests are actually involved in paranormal, in cryptic creatures, ghost hunting, etc. And then because me and Tina are the psychic and the mediums, we do answer the questions of the viewers. We try to help everybody the best we can. So we are there extending the hand to people that need one, and we're also opening the minds to other dimensions and possibilities that are out there.
Wow, very cool.
Cool.
Well, we got some listeners. So we have some people watching now. So if you guys have any questions for Danielle, feel free to.
Thank you.
Yeah,
chime in.
We've got Turquoise and Sasquatch and Wendy W on here. Chasing the Truth. Sean G is on here. Damien K. Primal Cry. Hey guys, thanks for hanging out with us. If you got any questions, let us know.
I'm saying hello to Sean Gray. That's my brother out there. He's part of our team. And I must say he's wonderful because we are not so good in computers, including myself. I'm a girl that is born with books and library and the different kind of crafts that I was raised with. So to have somebody like that who's really talented and gifted, me and Tina are blessed. I know that.
Yeah, we're not quite that good either yet. We're still learning all this ourselves. So
I'm even worse than you. I'm like, it's canceling, it's connecting. What do I need to do?
Turquoise and Sasquatch. Wendy W says, we love Danielle.
Thank you very much. I love you guys too. Thank you.
So tell us about your studio a little more, what you do up there.
Yeah, so this studio is open and was open because my mother got cured from the rectal cancer. She was stage 3 and almost stage 4 of the rectal cancer. Wow. And I did do a lot of basically ancient craft healing and alternative medicine. And I decided after I learned Reiki, crystal healing and everything, and I did that with my own mother. So I decided, let me try to help others. And that's basically how the studio got open. Many people that do come are actually people that have different kind of needs. And it's all done to feed your soul and basically your body, mind, and spirit. So some also come for spiritual counseling, what it's actually tarot cards or, you talk about your past lives and etc. Some come to basically have calculate their astrology dates. We do that too. Or you come for Reiki session, and I also talk about the dreams. So sometimes I also have classes that people attend, and I enjoy it. And we also have many different kind of centers that are connected with us. We have many senior homes that enjoy. We go and provide care with them, and also work with some disability and children's services. And that actually feeds my soul because it's all about helping and basically helping others and making them happy. That's what's life all about.
Awesome.
Yep.
Thank
you.
You could do a live tarot reading with people, couldn't you?
Yeah, I can do a live tarot card. I do a lots of times when people are me, like I go on Skype or we go, whatever, Messenger, whatever, and I do live readings and whatever they need, I actually give the answers. And I'm really proud of that because I'm a third generation in my family who's been part of this ancient craft. So I pick up those genes and I carry on. So whatever somebody needs, I always try to help. Live or not live, to me, it doesn't make a difference. Only what I warn people, it's actually, it's very personal. And I found we are not playing here the games. Like I'm saying, this is not Hollywood, this is real life. So when I give you the answer, I say, okay, are you sure you want this to be live? Many podcasts, like Brian was saying, that I did, when they do interview with me, they go like, I want a reading. And then I do a reading with them. They go like, oh, I'm not going to record this. I'm going to actually just say you were all accurate. I said, I told you, you don't want this live one. You still live. You still have some privacy. And that's, I think, important.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, because if it's something you want out there.
Exactly. We have a skeleton in our closets. Nobody's perfect.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know that I would want to know anyway. I would probably say, no, I'll just wait and see what happens.
Everybody's different.
Just roll the dice.
Sometimes I can say about Tina also, she's wonderful, my friend, and I call her my soul sister. When we answer these questions, people will ask directly, and both of us join together to give the people guidance and the help. And sometimes, when people ask us the questions, we will support, with third eye and connection one another, and will guide. It could be hard sometimes for people to understand the truth or to accept it, but sometimes many people are also very happy saying, well, thank you for helping us, and we found a solution. And I think that's why I'm really happy to be part of this team. It's a very beautiful family. I call it, they're my brother and my sister.
That's awesome. Chasing the Truth, Sean G says, Danielle rocks.
Oh, thank you. Love you too, my brother.
And Primal Cry says, I asked my doctor for a cardiologist referral. Much gratitude and love. So, yep, helping everybody out. That's awesome.
That's good.
Thank you.
It's actually making me feel good.
Thank you. Thank you.
So do you get out and do some investigations where you're at there in Canada? I mean, you've got a lot of woods and stuff.
Yeah, of course. I go a lot and investigate. And I must say, we couldn't do too much due to COVID. But the last time we were investigating inside of the Firkins house, and that was amazing place. It's actually one of the most haunted places here in Canada. And it's inside of the Fort Edmonton Park. It was actually all over the, National Geography, the Discovery channels, because that house is very well known. And we've been there. We had encounters. And I must say, my sister, my own blood-born sister, she had a huge encounter that I'll never forget that, because she actually, as I was meditating and trying to connect, she hit into the foot of this spirit. And you could see physically that she actually got encounter with something that people couldn't see. So we do, I shouldn't say ghost hunting, because we don't do ghost hunting. We go and do the research and the study. Also, we do a lot about the Bigfoot. Now we're planning a trip to the BC. So that's going to be quite exciting in the Shuswap area, and going deeper into Montana. So that's going to be exciting. And of course, now we're going deeper with our ancestors, because Count Dracula is our uncle. So we are going deeper with that.
Cool.
Oh, that's so cool. You're right in the middle of a hot spot up there as far as Sasquatch goes.
Yes.
Canada,
And we do
British
also
Columbia.
have where I actually get a new place, because I'm moving from here now publicly. This is publicly. So it's very busy for me. I am going totally into Sasquatch area. So there's many, reports there that people did get encounters, that did see them. And what is amazing that I know people there that are Aboriginal or First Nation, I'm really close to them, that are actually waiting for me to come and we can do investigation together. Because for them, they are not monsters. They're actually part of their culture and their tradition for a long, long time.
Being up there in Canada, do you talk to a lot of the natives?
Yes, I do. I must say, even my book, because that's happening on the 30th, you guys will be capable of all seeing it on Amazon. It is called the Spirit Late. And the reason why, that's how I actually got it more learning about our First Nation here in Canada. Many of them are full basically of the knowledge, wisdom, and the ancient craft. And if we learn more from them, I think we would all learn more spirituality and gain more food for our soul. But I work really closely with many of them, and it's my honor to be part of their groups and part of their healing sessions and etc.
Yeah, that would be fascinating.
Thank you.
You have to let us know when that book is out.
It would be, I have an interview on the 30th, and the interview is now again with another lady, is Mary Mitchell, and that's going to happen on the basically March the 30th, 12:30. So Authenticity radio programming. So I'm really happy about that too.
You're definitely staying busy, that's for sure, huh?
Well, always. Always.
When do you sleep?
I sleep very little. When you're psychic and a medium, you don't sleep that much. Your dreams are your guidance. I had a dream last night, and I didn't have a time yet. My mother is my advisor. I didn't have a time yet to speak to her, but actually I did see certain things in the dreams that I'm trying to connect. So those are, I sleep very little, but I astral travel a lot.
I have a question for you then.
Of course.
If you don't mind me asking.
No, I don't. No.
Could you foresee that Brian and myself will see a Sasquatch someday in our lifetime?
I can try. Give me a second.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, we really want to.
I'll take the truth. If it's a no, I'll accept it. But
give us a hint. That'd be great.
No, actually, I don't think it's not. I actually see it, but it will be spring or a winter time.
Oh. You
will see it. And you will then remember me. What I say stay behind it. You will see it.
Okay.
And it's going to be encounter two of you. It's going to be near, I can see like, it's almost like a rocky area with evergreen trees and a little river. So whatever you're going to explore around there, it's a river and there is some evergreen trees. Very, very clean water and it's not warm water. It's almost like it's cold. But it's a very, very nice, very beautiful area. Very beautiful area. You will see.
Sounds like Oregon.
Sounds like Oregon to me, Brian, doesn't it to you? So people are becoming more open about Bigfoot here in America. I'm sure they're way more open about it, and it's more talked about and accepted in Canada. Is that right?
That's true. In Canada, we actually accepted, if I can say, this creature as not just part of, us. It's almost part of who we are, because in our Aboriginal and First Nation studies, even the extraterrestrials, they're called the star people or the people from the other dimensions. Also, if you take the Bigfoot, they're coming from our ancestors here, and we are really open to them. Many of our cities do have the statues of the Bigfoot, or they call the Sasquatch area, just like where I'm moving. They're also full of recognitions. People don't go hunting for them. People actually go trying to make a connection with them. But even our rangers, what I do love about our beautiful rangers here in Canada, when you report them, they'll guide you and ask you certain questions, and they won't say, oh, you are crazy or nothing didn't happen. They'll say, oh, you're not the first one that you did, see something like this. We got many reports, and they say, for example, for Jasper, it's so huge and many things are still unknown. So how you can say something extra doesn't exist. Canada is a huge country with huge, environment and beautiful things that are still unknown. Uh-huh. So it's really untouched. So I must say our grounds is a lot preserved, and people are really excited to meet this creature. And many of them, including myself, it changed who I am, but it opened my heart even more to the nature and possibilities that live out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, cool. Yeah, see, that's the difference between America and Canada. The rangers down here would be like, oh, just a bear. Yeah,
I don't know if I can say this. I would never forget that. I was watching once it was on the Discovery Channel, and I'm sure it was at the Oregon or Montana, and this guy was calling dispatch, and he was saying, oh, I see this, flying object, and describing, and they didn't know that this was their guy. He goes like, yeah, he's seen blinking. Please pull over. He must be high and whatever. It goes like, I'm not high. I'm one of you guys. So everybody started laughing because it was their own member from the police service. So I always laugh about that because you never know who may see it. He may be even one of them that tomorrow will change their mind. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we've talked to a couple of police officers and military. Man.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you know Tina Leanne Bice?
Yes, that's my soul sister sending her a big kiss.
That's what she says. Hello, my beautiful soul sister. Hugs and kisses.
I can say she's also a co-host of the same, podcast that we do together. She's a beautiful person, wonderful, talented psychic and a medium. She does do lots of reading, especially with a picture. She astral traveling. She also had a near-death experience. A wonderful, wonderful woman that I have a beautiful respect for her and for everything that she does.
Cool.
So, just talking about near-death experiences, we've talked about on the show a couple times how we think that people who have had a near-death experience or have been around death, are more sensitive to the paranormal and cryptids and stuff like that.
Yes,
is that true?
That's totally true, and the reason why, when you actually go now, this is by the science. My background is in nursing and psychology, so without my gifts. When actually somebody dies, they actually and come back, or they have a near-death experience. So that could be through coma, induced coma, or they actually died and they came back. There's still no totally definition about it, but the truth, what is, they come back with a different sensors inside of themselves. So they actually feel, like you're saying, the cryptic creatures, changes of the sun, of the moon, ghosts, spirits, everything around us. More than the people that are regular or that they're trying to connect, but they don't have that gift. So it's true. It's totally true.
Good.
Have you dealt with anything else on a physical realm other than Bigfoot, like maybe Dogman or anything like that?
I actually, whatever is, I always laugh and I say that to Brian, what is, paranormal for you guys, it's very normal to me, because being raised and born as a psychic and a medium, that comes from my background. I did see many different things. And when I was little, I'm not going to lie that I wasn't scared of them. Now I know they're part of my life, but I did see, some people, I was talking about it the last time, but I did see Baphomet directly. So I did see that. I did see shadow people. Entities, and now I know how to deal with them. When I was younger, I admit I would sometimes even pee my bed of being scared because you don't even know, what's happening around you. But I had a beautiful mother that was always there beside me because that runs in our family, so we were capable. But I saw many things. So what's paranormal and cryptic for you guys? It's actually normal for me.
Right. Yeah.
Well, what's your thoughts about the Dogman then, and Bigfoot and those physical kind of realms? What do you think?
I actually, that also runs again from the Aboriginal culture or the First Nature here in Canada, and of course in the States, because the First Nations from Canada and from America, they were going back and forth. So they're actually very mixed, and the tribes are really connected. So I personally do think that it does exist. It's part of this, environment. It has been part of this environment for a while. And I totally agree with our Aboriginal people that it's part of who we are. And sometimes I heard the stories that they did the offerings, that when, would leave the certain foods, usually the meat, like the elk or the deer that they hunted, or the bison here in Canada, and they will leave it so that he would take it away, that he wouldn't attack the village or the children. I'm not going to lie. I didn't have basically a personal, visual connection with this creature, but I do believe it does exist.
So since you're related to Vlad the Impaler, answer the question for us once and all. Who's winning in a fight? Dracula or Dogman?
Oh, jeez.
I couldn't resist.
I've seen that asked many times.
The characters. Well, I would go with Vlad, and the reason why, you must understand, Vlad is not just a person who can change the shape shifting or he also is Zoroastrian. What it means, he can do many paranormal things and connect to many paranormal things and call the other creatures and etc. Because he's Zoroastrian, and Zoroastrian is the ancient, basically belief that is very pagan and connected to many things that rule this world and the other worlds.
All right, settled then.
Yeah.
I go for my blood. So.
That's right.
I figured you'd be one-sided. But...
He can call me. I'll help.
Yeah,
even if I don't have the teeth and the clothes. Maybe the fake nails will help.
Yeah, there's so many things that go on in our world that are way beyond our beliefs or our thoughts or what we feel is real. I rack my brain all the time trying to get a grasp on all this stuff. You know,
yes.
Is Bigfoot related to aliens? What is Bigfoot? What are these creatures? What is a ghost real? It's just so crazy that when we're born, we just have no concept of any of that stuff. But I really think that we can tap into that stuff if we really have the ability, and I think we do. I think we can. It's just trying to figure out how to go about doing that.
We all have ability. We all have a ability. It just depends how you open it and if you know how to open it. We are all basically born with a certain things that we can see and that we can sense. Remember, all three of us, when we were little, we were capable of feeling many things and we were open to many things. That's why children are prone to seeing ghosts, spirits, shadow people, werewolves, and etc. Because their mind is not locked. As we are growing up, we are locking all those possibilities and we are blocking it. So that's why many people, as they're growing up, they're losing that connection. But through meditation, certain rituals, I'm not talking about sacrifice rituals and whatever, I'm talking about, pagan rituals with the moon, with the sun, connection with the universe, and astral traveling. You can go and see and visit or connect with different worlds.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I believe all that. My sister is very, very much into what you do. She does a lot.
Oh,
she's a Reiki master, and she's all that.
I didn't know that.
Pretty much grown up with it, but I'm more on the cryptid side of things. I mean,
and that's okay.
I'm still fascinated by the paranormal. But
that's your calling. For me, I'm connected to many things, so that's just the way I am because I use it for healing and helping. And then other side of me, it's connecting to the other worlds and dimensions.
So I got another question for you, if I can.
Sure.
What do you think happens when we die?
Oh, of course. I always use also science, and then I also connect that to the reality and what's actually the truth. As we know, the words of our famous inventor and the scientist Nikola Tesla, energy changes its form. It doesn't die, and it cannot be created nor destroyed. So this is proven by the science and by the medical field. This is our body, but we also have the spiritual body because you have 5 aspects of health, and one part is your spirit. So when you actually die, you're leaving the physical body, but your spirit continues you on. But it means your energy is leaving and you're leaving, going to another dimension. So you will go to another world, and that's where you are. So where we go where we need to be, with our loved ones, with people that pass away, with our dog or cat that already passed away waiting for us. But, our journey is not finished. We continue.
Do you think we stay in that energy field, or do you think in that form, or do you think we take on other physical forms?
Reincarnation.
Yeah, ghosts and spirits, everything that you guys, for example, are talking about, those are energies, right? So when you see the light calling, they go like, oh, is this an energy? That's spirit or a ghost, and that's all energy. So basically, when we are coming back, that's reincarnation. So, for example, this is my third time, and this is my final time. I'm not coming back. There's people, when you're coming back, that means your mission is not done. There's certain things that you need to finish. When you are done, that means your mission is over. I personally know this is my mission.
Okay. I do hope I come back as something. I don't know what. Maybe a Bigfoot.
But also you don't, yeah, there we go. But you don't always have to come back as a, let's say you're a male in this life. You can be a female in the next life. So you can change the sexes. You can be male or a female. And also you can have a different duties. But usually those duties are connected with your past. Anything that we do in this lifetime, for example, if I'm not going to say it publicly, but let's say I open the cards and I go deeper into your personal reading, I'll tell you why you're doing, for example, this podcast. What is your goal and why it's connected to the past? Everything has a reason. There's no consequences, and that's even proven.
So it's very possible that Brian and I could have already seen a Bigfoot in a past life.
It's possible that you maybe encounter it. Maybe you were fighter against something like gladiators, so you're now trying to find a solution. What is the monster? You never know. Anything is possible.
Sure.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
There is no coincidence. Everything is done for a reason. Even us being here today, it's not done coincidentally. I knew Brian for a while. I follow your guys' show. We connected. Now we're doing the show together. And what we're doing, we're opening people's mind and we're giving them, there's many opportunity out there. So there is a reason why we are here today.
Yeah, you've got some great stuff, and it was awesome you sharing that stuff with us. And I like doing different episodes this.
Well, hang on, since you're up there in Canada, and my grandson is probably going to watch this show, I gotta squeeze this in.
Sure.
He is a big fan of the Wendigo. I know that's mostly a Canadian thing. So
yes.
What is the Wendigo?
Oof, that's
what we've been trying to figure out. And
what would you say? What is his description, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, he's only like 9, so
yeah, that's okay. So how did he understand it? That's okay.
You ever see the TV show Supernatural?
Yes, of course.
That was his introduction to the Wendigo. So it's mainly described like that, the antlers and the cannibalism and the evil spirit,
yes.
stuff like that.
It's very well known here, and that's coming again from the Aboriginal or the First Nations. It's actually a shapeshifter. So your grandson is really close to what he's saying, and that's why he's seeing the antlers and everything. So it's a shapeshifter, and he comes as an entity, changing the shapes and feeding on the fear. So many people think he's feeding on the fear. And most of the time, children, and especially, a young, beautiful woman, they were put in front of it. And the reason why, they'll say to test them if they would be faithful to the loved one that they choose, or the children to see if they're going to be strong warriors. So my opinion, does it exist? I believe, because the reason why, like I'm saying, I'm very connected to our beautiful Aboriginal people, and I believe in shape-shifting, and I did see many things myself, and I counter entities myself. So I would totally say, and I agree with your grandson, that's what it is. I'm saying hi so that, that he knows that I support his opinion. So there we go.
Well, good. All right. He'll be happy to hear that. Yeah.
What's your grandson's name, Brian?
Jameson.
Hey, Jameson. Hope you're enjoying this, bud. Yeah, I heard that too. I heard that the shapeshifter, that's the Wendigo is the shapeshifter kind of thing.
Yes.
Weird horns.
He's a shapeshifter. He's been a part of the Aboriginal culture for a while. And they have it sometimes even drawn inside of the caves. They have it all around their different tribes. And they did know actually how to call it. They actually had special rituals, especially on certain days during the full moon. So that's what shapeshifters do, because they feed on the energy. They feed on your fear. As soon as you become stronger, they go to another side. But as soon as you realize that you're in control, not them, they'll change the shift and turn into something else.
I heard they can disguise voices and sound like people in your family and
yes,
all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah, that's very similar to when people are playing with the Ouija board. When you are actually playing with the shapeshifters, or you have been living on the Aboriginal ground, because many of these places were built on the Aboriginal ground and many rituals were done. So you have many people contacting us, I will be honest with you, asking for help. And the reason why, because they see these entities, the shapeshifters and etc. It's because they were trying to protect their land as much as they could from the colonies at that time. But the truth what is the same with the Ouija board. When you call entity or the spirit that can come on, they will actually may change the voices, present like a grandma. They could be Mother Teresa themselves, but it will be totally something else. It's totally the same thing. And I always advise people, if you're not a demonologist, if it's somebody who's into cryptology, or, they have Aboriginal background, I would tell them don't play with it, because later you will regret. It's your own choice, but that's what it is.
Don't play with that. No, that's what I've always said too. Don't play around with that stuff.
Well, don't play with it. Yes,
I don't think I ever have. I don't think I've ever played with a Ouija board. I've seen one.
I'm proud of you if you didn't.
Actually, I saw one for sale somewhere, like a department store, not too long ago.
Nope, seen too many of those movies. Well, they sell it as a game.
In Europe, they are very, I'll be honest to you, in Europe, many of the things, like you say, the Ouija board and the things like that, you cannot buy in the regular stores. And many of them, in some countries, it's even still under the table. If you're taking the Greece, being very, or, Italy, very old, traditional, Orthodox or a Catholic countries where everything is run still the way it is, what's totally okay. But here, when I went to the Walmart, it said Christmas sale, a Ouija board. I'm like, oh my God.
Hasbro makes them. They're like a game.
Yeah. And then I'm not going to mention the name because it will be disrespectful. There is a gentleman here who actually is over. So he's older than me. Yeah. So he's 46 or 47. He actually played with the Ouija board, and his house got all flooded. And after that, one of the family members got sick. Then another one, they had to move in. And after that, I said to him, what did you do? Well, I played with the Ouija board. And all the people around him, they knew what he did. And he paid a heavy price because of that. And it's all because of his, for example, girlfriend, And what I want also warn people, just because you put a black lipstick, paint the nails black, and now you look all cool, whatever, it doesn't mean that you know what you're doing. It's actually a makeup, but it's not reality that you know what you're doing, and after that you'll pay the price. So there's a gentleman here in Edmonton that just recently did happen, and we were all trying to help him.
Wow.
It's not a child. It's a grown man.
I can see it now, the packaging on the Walmart Ouija board. Summon your grandma and demons, right?
Don't play with Ouija boards, boys and girls.
No, I don't suggest it either, and I don't know anything about it.
A Ouija board is a portal.
Board game.
Yeah, Ouija board is a portal. It's not a monopoly where we will build big castles and pretend we are George Bush and Donald Trump and we have millions of the dollars. So, in 2 minutes, I own half of the, states, and I'm so rich and happy. And after that, we all joke and laugh. This is a portal where you actually calling the entities, the souls, shapeshifters, etc. And after that, you may need a big help. And
usually they're not nice.
No.
Danielle, can you give us your thoughts or your definition on portals? What are they? What happens with them? Why? How? Who?
Yeah. Again, scientifically, so I'm going to mention one of also big scientists like Stephen Hawking, who just recently passed away. We all know him, and he proved that portals do exist. Like we all watch him. I really did admire him, respect him very much. I read many of his books, and I do lots of research about the portals. And of course, being a person who goes through the portals when I astral travel, portals are actually openings that we go and enter another dimension. They're always around us, but it depends if we can sense them or if we have gifts for them. So, for example, when you astral travel, you go to a different dimension, and that's when you open the portal. When you are dreaming, if you're in a rapid eye movement, because there's 4 stages of sleep, when you enter the deep stage of a sleep, that's actually, again, scientifically proven. You are going somewhere else, so you are entering the portals of dreams. You're going somewhere. And that would be prediction from the basically past, from what's going to happen in future or what happened in the past. It depends where you're going. Portals, for example, for extraterrestrials, portals for Bigfoot, shapeshifters, they're all around us. It depends how sensitive and how open we are.
Mm-hmm. I want to be more sensitive then and more open.
Good.
For sure.
We've talked about that many times.
Yeah, if you ever need any help, I'm here. I'm more than welcome. Text me, say, Danielle, this is what I need. I'm here to help.
That's awesome to know. And before we talked tonight, I didn't know hardly anything about you, and I think I know a little bit, but you seem like you have so much vast knowledge of all this stuff.
Thank you.
And you've done your homework, and you've studied, and you know your background is amazing. So we appreciate you coming on.
We now have an official spiritual advisor.
Yes.
Yeah. It would be my pleasure, and also it's also my honor always to help people. Just like my great grandmother always said, we have this gift to help people, not to treat them badly or to destroy their soul, but to feed their soul and help them when they need somebody.
We just all want to understand what's going on, don't we?
Yes, we do.
And hope that it's for the good.
Yes.
That's right. Got anything for Danielle before we go?
Oh, yeah. Chasing the Truth, Sean G. says, I saw so many strange things while I ran a sleep lab. Apparently he was running sleep labs for people and watching some weird dreaming or something going on. I'm not sure.
I believe that.
Dreams are very, if I can say a little bit before we go on, dreams are actually our also guides. They're guides for the future. If you know how to read, just like our Aboriginal ancestors, Greeks were very famous in that. Ancient Egyptians and Italians, they're really perfect in reading the dreams and even going into battles by decisions, what they did see in their dreams. So the dreams are actually also path for your future or answer to some of your questions.
Okay. So that strikes a quick question for me.
Sure.
When I was younger, I used to dream all the time. As I've gotten older, I dream occasionally. I don't dream. I dream maybe. Yeah. I might have a really vivid, good dream once every 3 months. Mm-hmm. I probably do dream other dreams. Why do you think that?
Or I don't remember them.
Yeah.
Some people that dream more than the others are actually more open to their environment. And they are less stressed. People that are more stressed and they are more closed, they'll actually dream. So it means you are dreaming, but you don't remember. And the more that you are getting connected and open, and that's why you're realizing you remember some of the dreams that, for example, happened 2 weeks ago, it's because it was more connected to what's happening around you. It had a more meaning than the other dreams that you didn't pay attention to. But we all dream, even dogs, birds, cats, all the animals, bears, we all dream. This is proven by science.
I see my dog dreaming all the time.
Yes, barking and running with their foot. That's what Maggie does. Yes.
Hey, we got a question from Chasing the Truth. Sean G says, question for Danielle. How do you spot a trickster versus a spiritual guide?
That's a very wonderful question. Thank you, Sean, for asking that. First of all, the people that are really honest, they don't mind speaking to you directly. Another thing, you should ask them what's their background, how long they've been doing this. And the third thing, do a little bit about the research, and check if they're around the internet and etc. And the most important thing, the people that really are good in, reading, they won't charge thousands of the dollars. So it's not just about the money. It's about helping you and giving you guidance. Of course, we all learn, we earn the money for living. That's the world we're living now. But if they're charging you thousands and thousands of dollars, it's not a truth.
Okay.
All right. We got another question that says, what's the proper way to dispose of a Ouija board?
Actually, there is a very important thing. The Ouija board cannot be broken, cannot be, just destroyed the simple way. The most important thing, if you bought it in a Walmart, return it to the Walmart. That's, for example, one thing, and you are done with it. The third thing, if you don't know where you got it from, you burn it, and then you go to the river, I'm not joking, and put it, the ash, or whatever the left material, the water, but the way with the stream, not against the stream, with the stream, and just say, I release you, and everything that's done with this Ouija board, I want to be released. And you go away, don't touch it, don't look at it, it's done. But the water is the very important and the element of the fire.
All right.
I'm never going to buy one, so I won't have to worry about that.
Me either.
But that is a good
I'm
question.
proud of you.
That is
I'm
a good
proud.
question. I wondered that myself.
Yeah.
What do you do if you get
Yes.
one?
Yes.
You know, leave it in your attic? I don't know.
Get rid of that thing. Get it out of your house.
I have one, but I know how to deal with it, but not inside of my house. But if you don't know how to deal with it, then that's different. It can be very, very dangerous. And that's not a Hollywood, that's reality.
Got another question for you, Danielle. Says, have you ever seen someone in an aura photo with a halo?
Yes, I did. And that's a very, very common. Some people actually, because they're very strong spirituality, they'll have their auras actually lighting. They're live people, but their auras are much stronger than everybody else. That means they're very positive, they're strong personality, and they have a very good energy. And that's very common with psychic mediums, somebody who has very open channels. And also, I did see that with children, because children are very angelical, because they are not like us. We are terrible. We already seen and did many things, but with children, I did see that. Yes.
I just thought of something. When it comes to the tarot reading, however you say it, do you find that the people that come to you, you end up giving more bad news, or does it tend to be more good news, or is it a mix?
It's mixed, because tarot card is a compass. Tarot card is not like it's taught, but I'm taught from the early age, and also I have a gift, so I go and channel through it. But the tarot cards, it's a compass, so it depends who you are and what you're looking for. But mostly to me, it's a mix, because sometimes it's actually more good news than the bad, because people just need that guidance. And from that bad, we can turn it into the better. So it's a compass for a life. So it can be a mix, but I would say a little bit more on the positive side, because it's about guidance.
Right. And you don't want to bum people out all the time. For good
No.
reasons.
But I don't hide anything. I'm very honest.
Yeah, you did say that. That's, yeah.
Thank you.
Do you do palm readings too?
No, I do that for fun most of the time. Just because, since it's COVID, that can be very dangerous, but, I lately didn't do it, and I do a lot of crystal balls. So if you ever seen the crystal ball, I do that a lot. Yes.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, Danielle, it was an honor having you on the show.
Absolutely.
I look forward to having you back.
I must say, I'm really happy. It was my, honor actually and pleasure to be with wonderful two gentlemen, and I'm looking forward to hear from you guys. And if you ever need anything, I'm here for you.
Awesome. We will be in touch for sure, Danielle. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thank you. You guys have a wonderful evening. God bless you, and the blessing from the universe.
Thank
you, Danielle. Thank you, everybody, for taking the time to watch and ask your questions, and we'll catch you again.
Yeah.
Sure.
Thanks, everyone. See ya.